So what actually makes valuable content? I've been thinking about this recently as a creator, and if you're a creator as well, this is definitely something to think about because it's really hard to break through and actually have your content find an audience in this day and age just because everything is so wildly flooded. And so today I'm going to explore some ideas of what actually makes content valuable and some of the things that I'm trying and I'm going to continue to try moving forward to ensure that I can make valuable content that potentially breaks through. Hey creators, Aimon here, and this is where I help you unlock your dream creative life. And today we're on the floor of my studio, just sorting out some of my camera gear for shoots today. And I thought it looked kind of cool, so I was like, let's go. But yeah, it's a really tough thing as a creative these days, as I'm sure you know, whether you're on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, whatever platform, every different platform has different mediums of content and different types of things that you need to portray to actually get the content across. There's different mediums for every different platform, and you'll see this definitely if you go on Facebook these days, because I don't know who goes on that platform, but it's definitely old people. You know, when someone someone older sends me a reel or something on Facebook, I'm like, oh yeah, that's for old people. You know, it's kind of like watching TV nowadays and being like, what is this? So that's the first thing, is that you have to curate content for the particular platform that you're making it for. You know, I've tried high quality content on TikTok, hasn't really popped off for me. I've tried, high quality content on Instagram, and different kinds of content on Instagram hasn't really popped off for me. And some of the content that I'm trying on YouTube right now is working for me a little bit. But I think that's just because I'm in my own niche, and that's part of it, is that, when you're making content, you are the niche, and you have to take full advantage of that and lean into that hard. But one of the biggest things that I think has worked for me in my content creation journey, and I've been making content for like 10 or 15 years now, right? And sure, I've had ups and downs and changed what I'm doing and a million times, right? But in this last kind of crack at YouTube that I'm doing right now, I think authenticity is one of the biggest things. Not only because you can't actually really fake it for too long before people will actually see you for who you are. Plus also that would just eat away at you, right? But also I think people pick up on authenticity a lot and they are attracted to that. And there's something about true authenticity that you can't fake. I'm just trying to be as raw and real as possible as I can on this channel. Single take videos, expressing my thoughts and feelings about reality and existing, which is pretty rough in the modern life, especially if you're an artist, if you haven't picked up on that. And, I've got a whole bunch of videos on this on the channel if you're new here, so check them out because we get a little existential here on creative philosophy. But authenticity is definitely one of the main factors that I think is important moving forward in the content creation world. And it's really tough because if you are a content creator and you are grounded in your values, so you know what you want to be talking about, and you know somewhat what your target audience is, then you obviously are going to make content around that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to hit or it's going to land or the algorithm will actually show it to those people, which is the hardest part these days. If you're competing against 100 people in the days of YouTube, when there's 100 people on YouTube, which obviously didn't last very long, you would have a way better chance at getting found. I mean, YouTube, for example, is a search algorithm, right? It's a search function, so people can search your content up. But yeah, it's just so intense these days because you're competing with a million different, a billion different channels. I don't even know how many, but it's so funny. Like, I'm on the vibe right now of trying to find smaller creators just to see what other people kind of at my creator level are doing. And so my homepage is picked up on that and it's showing me more content like that, right? And I appreciate that. And it's interesting, some of the content creators that are around the 5,000, 10,000, just sub 50,000 mark, like who they are and what they do. And I found one guy yesterday, he's got 500 videos and like 3,000 subscribers. Most of his videos get like 500 views. and he's very authentic. He provides a lot of value. It's not necessarily a particular niche. He's just kind of documenting his existence, which is maybe why it hasn't shown as many people in the algorithm. But yeah, maybe I'm just making a video complaining, actually. Maybe that's what this is. No, but yeah, definitely authenticity, I feel. As a creator, it's obviously so tough because you're going to worry about numbers. Like that's, you want to see your videos and what you're creating actually perform somewhat. And the way it's going to do that is by getting into people's eyes and having more people see it, having more people comment on it, having more people, react to your content. But it's so tough because, yeah, you're up against so many people. And so it almost doesn't matter what you make. And that's why I'm going back to authenticity being the most important thing, because you're making the content for you at the end of the day. And if other people enjoy it, other people enjoy it, right? But at the end of the day, if you make 500 videos like Old Mate and you only get to 3,000 subs and you actually hate who you were in all those 500 videos, then you've wasted a whole bunch of your time. So authenticity is definitely at least the biggest thing I'm picking up on. The second one, pretty obvious, is consistency. For 10 years, I've been posting on YouTube and maybe posted 100 and something videos, right? But they've all been so here and there and random, right? And this last period, I've been posting twice a week for 3 months or something now, and it's definitely had a much bigger impact. Of literally 5x my channel than anything I've ever done. So I'm doing the same kinds of videos. So when an audience member comes, enjoys the video, subscribes, then because people are following so many content creators these days, you've got such little of a chance to impress and keep a person. So sometimes you'll see a video and you'll be like, you know what, I think I like this person, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever platform. And then you'll follow them. But then because you're following so many different people or you consume so many different varieties of content, that when you see their content again, your brain's almost like, who is this person? And why am I subscribed to them again? You're like, it's cool that you've shown up to them again, but you've got to prove yourself again and again and again and again. You've got to continuously provide value, or your subscribers just aren't going to stay loyal, right? Why would they? There's infinite content to choose from. And again, that's why authenticity is so important, because if you're saying the same kind of messaging, putting across, the same kind of value, and you're being yourself, and if people subscribe and they stay subscribed, then they're the kind of people you actually want to be subscribed, because they're going to be your loyal fan base who actually enjoys what you have to say, right? But consistency definitely is the second biggest thing I've found. And I'm no YouTube wizard, right? I'm no content creation wizard. But I have been making content for 15 years. And the other part of this, which is a little bit left of field of authenticity and consistency, is just your mindset around yourself. You have to know why you're doing it. Because again, you will get beaten down over and over and over again, potentially for 500 videos like Old Mate. If I find his channel again, I'll pop it down here and shout him out, because he deserves some more subs, if I'm being honest. But you could just go like that forever, for your entire life, and never pop off. What was it? Is it Da Vinci, I believe? Or no, it's anyway, a famous painter. I went to his museum in Amsterdam, and he literally did not get famous until after he was dead, and his sister, Picasso. No. I'm going to butcher it. I don't know, but he's the one that made that really weird night painting with the swirls. You know who I'm talking about. Maybe you don't. Yeah, he didn't get famous until he died, and then his sister marketed him like crazy. And then he got famous after he was dead. So he was literally grinding for 50 years and never got anywhere. So that's the most important part of this, I'm finding anyway, because you're going to get beat down over and over again, right? So you need to be able to do it for the reasons that make you happy, because nothing might ever come of it. So sure, there's huge potential upside, but there's also potential that nothing ever happens. And that's okay, because chances are you're creating because you enjoy it, right? But if you enjoy creating and you're putting out authentic content and you're doing it consistently, You're going to feel good about yourself, which is, again, part of the reason why we create as creators. We have to express ourselves on camera. We've got emotions and feelings and thoughts about life and reality and everything. And we're going to communicate that to other people, and provide value to other people. But you have to be able to do it and have zero expectation for ever getting anywhere from it. That's what I've found. So they're my 3 main things that I've found are going to be effective in consistent content creation. And it's rough out here, definitely. But if you've got one that I missed here, feel free to drop it in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say about this. But yeah, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.